Assalamu alaikum. I am Shiza Maryam, and today I've gotten to interview a personality who's known as an anchor person, also founder of Tech Titans Pakistan, and also an HR consultant. I will be thanking him for joining us here and giving us his precious time. And thank you, Mr. Hassan Raza Sahab. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm super excited. This session is going to be a good session, inshallah.
I am sure about that. We have, as much as I have researched about you, it is known that you are an anchor person, and you may get a lot of questions about your field, about how your experiences in that have been. But my main focus would be the fact that you are an HR consultant. We have youth. Pakistan is filled with youth, and so there are some critical questions right on the top of my head about youth. So I wonder, what are your thoughts about the fact, as intermediate ends for people, we have seen children grow up, study, intermediate ends, and that is a beginning of depression for them. They are forced to find jobs right away or find a good career in life or choose a field that they want to continue regardless of the fact that they may not yet be mentally ready to choose something. Why do you think that happens, and is there a way to cure this?
I think it's a very important question, and it's very relevant question. I'm working as a career counselor. Conducted a lot of interviews of different HR professionals. As I have already shared with you that we are not focusing on parenting. I think that we need to focus on it. When I was a children, on that time, no one was here to guide me. Okay, Hassan, you have to go for this course. This is perfect for you. You know what? We were competing with each others. I mean, I was competing with my cousin, and I said, okay, he's going to do MBA, I'll do that MBA. He's going to become a doctor, I'll become a doctor. So this is the main reason. We need to work on skills as well. I think that this is the global era. So we need to understand that what is happening in all over the world. This is not the time that we have to go for the degree as well. No, we have to work on the skill set. We need to work on the skill set of the students. So first thing is that we don't need to compete with each others. We need to collaborate. So we need to understand that if the student was, I think, they was studying in 12th standard and then he moved to any university, then he need to have the clear picture that what he has to do that. The most important thing is that there is no concept of mentoring. No one here to mentor him or her. What is happening is that if he's not getting any kind of guideline from the home, what he will do that he will sit and he will visit any kind of area, and any unknown person who inspire him, he said, yes, I will do that, whatever he will say to me. So I think that it's not about the one thing, it's all about the complete package. We need to work on I think that the mindset of the students, we need to work on the mindset of the parents. So it's all about the collaboration.
All right. I must mention, we have a certain age. In this country, I see that people have designated a certain age for students to pick their careers, to pick their field, to pick what are they going to do for the rest of their lives. These are the tender ages of perhaps being 15, or after completing the university, even around 20 or 21 or 22. So do you think those ages, some people really tend to choose nice fields and tend to be successful in that, but most of the people do not. So do you think these ages or these specialized categories are rightful, or do you think that there is no certain age to choose the right field?
I would like to give a very specific example to you. When we talk about our neighbor India, what they are doing, they are working on students' mindset. When students are just going to enter in the university, I think that they have already done the work. So I think that 12 to 15 years is the right age that you need to guide any kind of children, that what we have to do, we have to decide it. One dilemma in our society is that we are always teaching that you want to do a job, but why we are not teaching on the entrepreneurial mindset? We need to work on it. When I was a children, everyone was saying to me that you have to do study because you want to do a job. No one taught me that you want to become a businessman. So what they are doing, they are just hammering on the mind of the children that yeah, you want to become the entrepreneur, you want to become the entrepreneur, you want to become a tech professional, you want to work in a tech sector, you have to do. That's why in all over the world you will find out, you will come to know that the top-notch companies CEOs are Indians. So these are the basic. I know it's a very controversial statement, but this is the reality. I think that what they have done so far, they have done remarkable job. They have done a good job. So
No
we
doubt.
must appreciate it.
So there is another thing, as you said about the jobs and all these things. I believe business, as it has been seen in all the families of Pakistan. Usually, we leave the business to the people who are already doing it, for their children to inherit it. A person who wants to start that, merely a student who just completed his studies, would not be encouraged with his ideas just because of finance problems. So, do you think it's a factor that hinder a lot of really intellectual people from starting their own businesses?
I think that it's a paradigm shift right now, because it's the era of Z Gen. So Z Gen is a bit different from us. So what they are doing, they are just focusing on online business. They are exploring more opportunities. So I think that there is a concept that when my father was working and he was a businessman and I'll do the businessman. It's not like that, because right now this is a social media era. So you can get a lot of opportunities. You can do online business as well. So I think that we need to work on it. So this is the most important thing.
Right. So, along with being an HR consultant, you are also an anchor person. I wonder what it was about this field that got you into it.
Well, I think that I would like to mention one name, that the person that who really helped me a lot. Ali Abbas. He helped me a lot because I was just sitting with him in I think that in one party. I mean, it's like that. So he was just sharing with me. My most of the time my LinkedIn post went viral. So he said that if you can write, you can speak. I said, okay, what do you have to do? He said, what you need to do, you have to start your YouTube channel. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I have started my YouTube channel, and I have invited, I think that well-renowned HR professionals on my forum, and ultimately anchoring is a passion for me. By the way, I really like that. I really love that. I can do a lot of interviews in recent past, and I think in the last month at Qasim Alisha Foundation, I have conducted more than 32 interviews in 1 month.
That is great.
Which is a record, by the way, at Qasim Alisha Foundation. So they really appreciate me too. So this is the main thing. So I think that if your profession become your passion, so this is going to be a success.
Right. Now coming back towards you being an HR consultant, and there's a question that I am curious about. We have people around here in this country who get married, have children. There is this one thing which must be mentioned to those people. They have children just because it is the way of life. They do not have children, and there is no pre-thinking about it. There is no pre-thinking about what would you be teaching or what beliefs would you be bringing with your children. So do you think there should be a literal training for parents who are thinking to have children, for moms and for dads?
It's very important question, very relevant, and a very good question, by the way. When I have started my interview, I mean, I have already shared with you that the parenting is most important thing that we need to work on it. And I think that this is the most important subject that we need to already focus on it, but it's really a missing part in our society. When we talk about the parenting, everyone said that this is not the right subject. You can't work on it, you can't even say anything about it. So I think that, yes, agree that we need to work on the parenting as well.
Yes, parenting, that is right. Also, as we discussed youth and the depression and parenting and different ways of doing so, I would also like to mention social media in here, as it has gotten really important. People have been using it to their advantage, but there have been lots of disadvantages as well. I must mention parents and the use of social media. There is usually controversy about children using social media and falling a prey to it, but we have parents falling a prey to it and neglecting the responsibilities of their children. So what do you think about that?
I think that it's a bitter reality. It is. I think it's very tough. I think, or I would like to mention the same point. What we need to do, we need to guide the parents as well, that they have to look at what their children are doing on social media, what they're exploring. What we are doing. I mean, if we talk about my daughter, she is just 12 years old, and you know what she's a TikToker, by the way. So and her mom hates it that she's a TikToker, but I really like that because I know that there is one skill that he is having. So I always guide her to that you have to use social media very positively. There is a pros and cons. We need to understand. I would like to give you a very specific example of the recent past. One children that who got the issues of mental health because he is fatty, and matlab he is looking more healthy. What the school boys has done with that children, they have taken his picture and post on the social media, and what happened to that child? He got some mental issues. These are the traumas that we have to face. We need to understand, we have to guide our society as well. We have to guide the parents as well, that this is basically this is the main issue, the culprits. What you are doing, that you are ruining the life of the children. So I think this is the crucial thing.
We are in the era of TikToker parents, literally.
Yeah.
They are raising TikToker childs because they are TikToker as well.
I agree.
So I don't think it's going to stop in the future anytime soon.
Well, I think it's very difficult to comment on it because the one thing is permanent in life, and that is change. You can't say anything. When I was a child, when I was in a teenage, there was no social media, only one account, and that is the Orkut account, and that was unfortunately a dating site. But after 2008, 2009, we have explored the Facebook. But I think that the one medium is very important that we need to understand that is professional, and that is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is very important. As I've already told you, that there is a pros and the cons of anything, everything. So this is how we have to use the social media.
Right. We have lots of questions about your life as a professional, but there is also, I would like to come to a lighter side, and I would like to change the topic for a while. It's been really dark talking about these things. So I wonder, outside all these things that you usually do, you being an anchor person, managing business, and also being an HR consultant, what would you describe Hassan Raza as?
Well, it's I think it's a good question as well, because HR stands for human resource and HR stands for Hassan Raza. So this is all about HR and HR.
So that's how, like, outside your professional life, how would you describe yourself as a human being?
I can't say anything about myself. You can ask Ali Abbas. He's my best friend. He's my mentor. He can say a lot of words about me, because if I say about myself, and I think that I can't comment on it.
Right. So when you're not working, usually, what would you say that is like being an HR consultant? Obviously, this question comes back to that. Youth tends to waste their time watching TV shows, watching things that might be putting negative impact on their health and on their brain. So is there a show or something that you would recommend that is very positive for the youth, and everyone should watch it?
Okay, yeah. So, I always visited some universities. So I conducted career counseling session as well. I usually ask one question: why you want to do a job? And you know what? the majority what they said we want to earn money. No one said to me that we want to learn. They said we want to earn. One thing is
That's true.
important, and that is first you have to learn, then you have to earn. So this
Right.
is, I think, a very, very important point. Now, what is happening in our youth? When we are starting in a school, no one teaches us that how you have to earn money. No one teaches us. But in our mind, there is a one thing. Yeah, you are studying because you have to earn money. But
Yes.
no one is just. No one is just saying anything to you that this is the way that you have earn money. So first of all, we need to guide them, advise them. Now,
Right.
the question is that what are the main platform? It's always depend on the individual that how he has to do that. For example, you know, I have wear very good t-shirts. I'm in branded clothes. But when we talk about when want to learn anything, the students' priority is that they always want to visit restaurants, they always want to visit, they always want to wear any kind of branded stuff. They don't want to invest on themselves. There are the free websites available. Coursera is very good, Udemy is very good, even that you can do wonders via LinkedIn. If we talk about my success, the LinkedIn is playing the most important role. I have done a lot of things in my life with the help of LinkedIn. So it's all depend on the individual that what is his or her priority.
Right. So we have had these questions with you and gotten to learn lots of stuff. One thing that I must mention, which he said and which I would like to repeat: learn and then earn. I really like this slogan, and I think we should really incorporate it into our lives. It's been great talking to you. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you very much.
Allah
Thank you very
Hafiz.
much.